What I have learned at 21 years old, it's honestly so many things. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, but I would say the most important one that I would say, it's probably just really just learn more about yourself. I would say, yeah, learn more about yourself. I feel like that is very important because I feel like we find ourselves trying to compare our own life to somebody else's, where I feel like we get caught up with so many distractions that we kind of forget who we are and who we are becoming along the way. And I feel like that's just very important because I find myself doing this a lot where I know deep down, I feel like I know what I want, but I feel like sometimes I find myself just really just focused on other people, you know? So I really been wanting to just change that. And it has just taught me like so many important things. I just feel like another thing is having patience, man. Like I feel like we try to just attack everything so fast. I feel like we want it so bad that sometimes we try to rush things, but I feel like it's okay. Like just go at your own pace, you know? Go I feel like everybody has a different pace and everybody learns at a different level, you know? And that's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. But I feel like it's having patience and really just being focused and locked in with yourself, you know? Another thing I have learned is that I feel like you have to really trust yourself and believe in yourself. I feel like that's far way more important than really a lot of things because if you don't believe in yourself, I mean, who else will? You know, you don't really need anybody else's approval. I feel like you, as long as you deep down you know yourself, I feel like it doesn't matter like what somebody tries to tell you. It doesn't matter what circumstances you're going through. Deep down you know you can do this. You know you're built for it. So I feel like it's having that mentality, and I feel like that's really important. Another thing I have learned is that nothing is perfect, to be honest. I mean, and that's okay. Like I feel like at this stage of like our lives, like the 20s, I feel like, or just in general, but at least from my standpoint as a 21-year-old, I feel like this is really a stage of life to just build yourself, you know? Not just like it's not really about to me personally, I feel like it's not really about financial standpoint. I'm not really worried about that, to be honest. I feel like it's more about building yourself physically and mentally, and most importantly just socially, like building your skill speaking to others. Just like I feel like it's just memories, man, like having different experiences and just exploring different things, for you can learn about others and you can learn about yourself, you know? And I feel like that's really what matters in your 20s, to be honest. I feel like another thing I have learned is that honestly, I would say gratitude is just being grateful. I mean, at this point in my life, I have came to realize that I'm just blessed, to be honest. Like just seeing different things that go on every single day to make it to 21, it's a blessing, and I don't take it for granted at all. And I feel like gratitude is just really important. Just gratitude and humility, just being humble no matter what. I feel like those are things that you just can't teach. You cannot teach. Those are things that are just far way more important. And having faith. My faith, I have so much faith, and that's really important to me. And I feel like everybody can find themselves in hard situations at times, but I feel like you have to know that you're not by yourself. And once you know that, I feel like you're really like you won't be afraid of anything, to be honest. You really won't. So I feel like that's important. Another thing I have learned, I would say, is probably just loving, caring, and just kindness, you know? Like just being kind to everybody, just loving everybody, just caring about everybody, just looking at everybody for who they are, you know? Just accepting everybody. I feel like in today's world, like there's just so much negativity. I feel like there's so much hate. I feel like there's just so much jealousy, there's so much egos. But I feel like just being kind to each other, man, just loving each other, just accepting each other for who they are. I feel like those are just things that are like, they're just important. They really are. And I feel like no matter how hard life gets, those are things that you can't stop doing. because they're values, man. Like, those are things that you teach somebody and you just bring it along with you. Like, I feel like it should reflect when you meet somebody, the way you act, the way you express yourself. Another thing I have learned at 21, I would say, man, just have fun. Another thing, just have fun, because I feel like at the same time, yes, working is good and doing all that, but I mean, like, having fun, your fun, whatever makes you happy, whatever you find, whatever really brings you joy, you know? For me personally, it's just this. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what it is about it, but talking to you guys, I don't know, man. There's something about this that I love, and I've been wanting to do for quite some time. But I don't know. It's like, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's hanging out with friends. I feel like those are things that, like, whatever you find fun, but you have to, because if you just work, but you don't actually find an outlet of just having fun, having your own time, then you're gonna burn out. Like, mentally and physically, you're gonna burn out. So I feel like it's so important to prioritize that time to just have some fun, to just reset, to just build yourself mentally and physically and socially, or whatever it may be. That's really important, especially if you're struggling with something. That's really important. And another thing I would say is that you really just have to have an open mind, and just really just know that every day is going to be different. Every day is not going to be perfect, but it's just having that mentality that I'm going to get better 1% each and every single day. And I'm going to just win just this day. Just have that mentality of just winning the day, you know? Because I feel like we look at the long term, that we start worrying about the future, but then we kind of lose sight of what's already in front of us. And we lose sight, and we're not really present, you know? I find myself with this where I feel like I'm not present sometimes. So I have learned that, and that's really important to me, because I feel like we really just start looking ahead, or we're too worried about the past, that we don't see what's already there. And sometimes the answers are really just there already, but we're too distracted with what's going on around us, that we start worrying about everything else. So I feel like it's really that's really important. And last, I would honestly say, just knowing that it's gonna be all right. Whatever it may be that you're going through, or whatever it may be that you're struggling with, I feel like just know that you're gonna be all right, man. Like, you really are. If one day just everything feels heavy, you feel so many distractions, you feel like you're lost, you feel like you're just, like, there's no way out, or you just feel like you don't know, like what to do or where to go here from, I feel like just know that it's fine, man. It's gonna all work out. I feel like there's a saying, and I really truly believe that what's for you is for you. And as long as you believe that, as long as you pray about it, as long as you have faith, as long as you truly believe in yourself and know that it can happen, I feel like, what are you worried about, man? Like, it's gonna be fine. It really is. Don't just worry about today, but just approach each and every single day with a positive mentality, and just stay strong, you know? Really just stay strong, and know that it's gonna be fine. Some days are gonna be rough, some days are gonna be harder than others, but keep your head up. And I feel like, just know that you're not alone, you know? You're not. And I believe in you, I really do. And I hope in some way this helps. And I'm actually curious, like, what have you guys learned? Like, what's something that you guys have came to realize along the way, whether you're in college, or whether you're in your 20s, whatever age, or wherever you are in life right now. I just want to know, like, what's something you have learned that you feel like that you kind of came to realize now, and I just want to hear it. Like, I want to just know what it is. And yeah, I hope this video helps, and love you guys.